I wrote this song with a friend of mine named David Joy over in the mountains of western North Carolina. This is the only song that I've ever co-written that I play out live. And thank you. Cheerwine beer, all right. Lord. Party time. All right. Thank y'all so much. I'm treated like gold up here. Y'all got 2 more hams, and I've got a Cheerwine beer now. Yeah. Whoa. Cheerwine.
What? Hams are from Minnesota.
Yeah, I know. I seen that. It said Milwaukee or something on it. But I think about everything's from Milwaukee. There ain't nothing but like 3 beer companies in the whole world or something like that, you know. I mean, don't quote me on that, but it's something like that. I mean, they end up like buying out all their competitors, you know, the old American way, you know. All right, I better not get started on that. What was that? Oh, yeah. This is a song that I co-wrote with a guy who does not write songs, but he writes novels. So if you're into novels, you should check out David Joy. I mean, especially you guys are from North Carolina, and so is he. So, and one of his novels is being turned into a movie featuring Billy Bob Thornton right now. And David Joy, Joy, check him out. All right, this is about it's self-explanatory. It's called "Looking Out for Lonely." Hope you like it. We're gonna go way up high here tonight. I ain't never done it this high. We'll see if I can do it. Well, my daddy works down at the discount tobacco, selling rolling papers and 6-packs of beer. He chugs Sun Drop while he chokes down the crackers. Got a tattoo of a cross that says no fear. And one day come home and my mama done left him. Ain't leave a thing for us but the pot on the stove. He tore off the porch, fired up his El Camino. He tossed me in the back and then daddy just drove. 'Cause life's got a way of looking out for lonely. If a man will pray to Jesus, hold the pedal to the floor. And mama took off and my daddy couldn't catch her eyes, holding on for mercy in the Chevy 64. With the wind in his hair and the smoke in his eyeballs, he caught an idea for a fresh new start. He spent his last $5 on $2 scratchies and a buck's worth of gas down at Jimmy's Food Mart. About mile marker 30, my daddy started crying, whispered, "Lord, have mercy," underneath his breath. I handed him a 20. My daddy quit crying. I took the bitch for every penny just before she left. 'Cause life's got a way of looking out for lonely. If a man will pray to Jesus, hold the pedal to the floor. Better yet if he raises a thief and asks youngin', 'cause asking grace for stealing never works anymore. And so we pulled into Sonic and we split us a coney with some jalapeno poppers and a cherry lemon Sprite. The girl in the skates, she had my daddy drooling as she rode across the lot in them leopard print tights. And I ain't know it then
but she'd be my new mama, though I'd never call her that. I'd always call her sis. And sis has got a way of cooking up bologna fried damn near black. It's a meal you can't miss. 'Cause life's got a way of looking out for lonely. If a man will pray to Jesus, hold the pedal to the floor. Now mama's serving paint and sis is done pregnant, and my daddy's smiling big, and I couldn't want for more.
Thank you. All right. Look at this big ass record right here.
Yeah.
Did y'all even notice that?
Yeah, a little bit.
I noticed that in the middle of my song. I was like, oh shit, that's half of a big ass record.
Rush.
Yeah. Rush of all records. 2112. I don't really know that much about Rush. I know they had a drummer that people swear by. Holy shit. Oh, thank you, sir. I thought you was bringing me another Hams. No. At this point, we'd rather have tips than beers. I've got plenty. Oh, man. This is a song I wrote about fundamentalist Christianity and rock and roll music all living in the same brain at the same time. It's called Preaching the Blues. I hope you like it. I was an independent fundamental Baptist preacher, and I rode up. I was in Northwest Georgia. One time I rode up to the flea market in Chattanooga. I pulled over, and there was a guy that was selling shit for $1, and on top of the table I saw a VHS tape, and it was called Legends of the Country Blues. And so I purchased the Legends of the Country Blues, featuring none other than the great Son House, who I'd never heard of before, but hell, it was $1. So I took it home and I put it in my VHS player, and I found out that the great Son House was a Baptist preacher in his youth, and then he, became a blues man. And I'm aware of a lot of bluesmen that started out as bluesmen and became preachers, but there was none other than Son House that I'm aware of that started out as a Baptist preacher and became a bluesman. And I sat there and I watched that VHS tape until I had basically memorized the whole thing. And well, what do you know? Look at me now. So this is a song I wrote. Son House's big hit was something called Death Letter Blues, and on the B side of that was called the Preaching the Blues. And the opening lines are, I'm going to get me religion, I'm going to join the Baptist church, I'm going to be a Baptist preacher so I won't have to work. And this is my version of Preaching the Blues, and I wrote it in honor of the great Son House. I hope you like it. I know Elvis is the king of rock and roll, and Jesus Christ could save my soul. But no one ever taught me how to pray, so I ain't nothing but a hound dog another day. And I cried the day that Kurt Cobain died. You know, he played the soundtrack to my teenage highs. And I wonder if he found peace by and by. Oh well, whatever, never mind. Stained glass could always soothe my soul, but God don't like rock and roll.
And old Hank could sing the blues like a gospel song, then belt one out for the Lord like he could do no wrong. So I left home trying to do the same, and now I can't get off this lost highway. And Bob Dylan was something like an old-time prophet, and my heart's all questions, now I just can't stop it. Or maybe my head needs some rearranging. Or what can I say, I guess them times are changing. And the Delta Blues are the hardest to play, but I could sing you a hymn like I was dying today. And now I've grown so tired of trying to repent. When Son House played the blues, he played them in a trance. And so there ain't but one thing left for me to do. I'll join Son House and go to preaching the blues. I'll join Son House and go to preaching the blues. Well, thank you. Thank you. This is a song I wrote, I don't know, probably somewhere around 2016 or something or another, and I had started playing songs at the end of 2015, and I used to play Mobile once a month at this place they had down there called the Listening Room. And they gave me my first gig in December of 2015. And I started playing there, and people started coming to my shows and whatnot. And there used to be this lady that'd come. And she had sit up on the front. She'd sit up at the front table about every time. And I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months into playing music, she said, "Hey, we want you to come play the Gulf Coast Blues Society Blues Challenge." And I said, "Well, that's a bad idea because I don't play blues music." And she was like, "Oh, no, it doesn't matter. You know, if you win, you get, you know, if you win, you know, you get a lot of money." And I'm like, well, what the hell? It's a Sunday afternoon. So I went out there on a Sunday afternoon winning the damn thing. And then they sent me to the International Blues Challenge in Memphis, Tennessee, where I failed miserably on account that I do not play blues music. But I went there, and so when I wrote this song, it was true, but it's no longer true. But that's never stopped me from singing a song before. So this is a song I wrote called "The Out of Alabama Blues." By the way, I got voted out of the first round of the International Blues Challenge along with Muddy Waters' grandson, and but a rich white dentist from Vermont ended up running away with the grand prize at the International Blues Challenge. He had a
his guitar rig cost more than my house. He really had the blues really bad. This song is not about that, but I thought I would share that with you. Well, she sparkled like a rhinestone in an old country singer's coat. Underneath them neon bar lights that were tinted with cigarette smoke. And she was sipping on this top shelf whiskey and slowly tapping her feet to the song my band was playing, to a slow and a bluesy beat. And I was leaning back on the kick drum with a worn out Gibson in my hand. And I was playing them country blues just as sad as a white boy can. And she sounded like a hallelujah when she said, "Boy, do y'all take requests?" And then she whispered soft into my ear, and this is what she said. She said, "I know you're trying hard, but you're gonna have to do much better. 'Cause the blues ain't gonna get you out of Alabama. And last night your band, it was hot, and tonight they're even better. But the blues ain't gonna get you out of Alabama." And so I took that guitar from off my neck and said, "Boys, y'all finish the set." And then I rolled the dice and asked that girl if she had the time to dance. I said, "Oh, what brought you to a place like this?" She said, "I'm just passing through town." As we twirled around in the neons on this whiskey carousel. Tell her just how I felt, but I was scared about the way it would sound. And I could tell by the way that she looked at me that she knew my kind too well. I said, "Oh baby, I'll leave these blues behind, and I'll lay this guitar down. And together we can leave this smoky bar in this old shitty town." She said, "I know you're trying hard, but you're gonna have to do much better. 'Cause the blues ain't gonna get you out of Alabama. And last night your band, it was hot, and tonight they're even better. But the blues ain't gonna get you out of Alabama." Now there she goes out the door. Yes,
there she goes out the door. Now I can sing the blues like I never sang them before. Yes, there she goes out the door. Thank y'all. Well, I appreciate SHUGS here in Salisbury, North Carolina, having me. Salisbury, North Carolina, having me out. Silent I, I'm told. It's a silent I in Salisbury.
There's a lot of history here in Salisbury.
All right, let's see here. I'm well past the show that I had planned for you tonight. I usually plan out my first song and then wing it. And that's exactly what I've done tonight. Sometimes it doesn't work out for me so well, but I've never wrote a set list and followed it. So I was like, I ain't gonna start in Salisbury, North Carolina. So hell. This is a song I wrote called Love in the Dark. If you don't like this one, it's all right because you ain't the intended audience. I wrote this one. It's a prayer. And it's going to be the title track on my new record that I found out today was supposed to come out on April 14th, but I found out today actually on the way to this gig here in Salisbury, North Carolina, that it got pushed back to May. I've been trying to put out this record since the middle of 2020, and things just don't work out the way that we plan them sometimes, but you know, God has his way in the wind and the whirlwind. So I spend a lot of time in the whirlwind. But this is May. It's going to come out in May. It's called Love in the Dark, and you should probably buy it. And here's the song. I hope you like it. Well, I once saw your light on a revival hill, a sinner's delight, as I begged my heart to still. And I walked out into the night on a teenage thrill. I never meant to close my eyes till your light grew dim. And now, Lord, I ain't asking for a brand new start. I just need your direction on finding love in the dark. You see, I went out to disciple, to set the mountains ablaze, and I had every answer. I knew just how to be saved. I thought I wanted to be a preacher. Maybe I just wanted a stage, 'cause I was called to the floor and I didn't have nothing to say. And I used to quench my candle. I used to pray for a spark. now I'm content in the struggle of finding love in the dark. In my youth, it was a waste on the ancient scrolls when I decided not to hang on the great unknown. It ain't that I've been looking toward the grave. Lord, I look to hope. I'm just praying that the rivers of grace do downward flow. 'Cause your light, it ain't always shine, and I've never figured out my heart. So now I'm just feeling through my midnight, finding love in the dark. All right. This is a song I wrote. All these are songs that I wrote, actually. I learned a long time ago that if I sing the songs that I write, I get to be the one that defines how they are played and how they sound. And if I sang songs that other people wrote, you would hear them and you'd be like, damn, that guy sounds horrible. That guy's voice is terrible, man. I mean, do you hear that way he's singing My Sharona right now? Oh my God. Oh my God, that guy that sang My Sharona sounds way better than this dude. But see, if I sing songs that I write, you don't know how they're supposed to sound, so you think, oh, that's the way it's supposed to be. You saw behind the curtain. I'm sorry about that. All right. In Mobile, Alabama, where I'm from, we got a local music scene that's dominated by what they call jam bands. And this is a song I wrote about it. It's called Get Thee Behind Me Hippie. I hope you like it. I should also preface this. Is this me or these lights flicker? Oh, okay. All right, cool. I'm just making sure. Somebody put something in my hams. This is a work of satire.
And get on that cheer wine there.
Oh yeah, what's in the cheer wine? I forgot how this song goes. So if I keep talking, will you